think people can be critical of the results, but you know, if you ask him a question, he will tell you exactly what happened, how he felt about it, and spare you the frosting, if that makes sense. So, yes, an honest man, and I think that's sort of why he was appealing to Blade to fit into the system. I think there's something in the way of culture that's shared between him and the team. Same with JL, same with Imma, but some struggles in the way of mood for NaVi. So we have a Cologne Finals rematch
here in an elimination game. Kerrigan and Twistzz having posted up in underpass, but they start to run. So the tail end of this execute, and Alexi is going to have heard that, hold back. And the rest of the team just getting that bomb in. At the very least, it's a plant. Alexi B seemingly going to get checked as they jump by. Oh, that's so sick.
Wow.
He doesn't shoot at the back turned so he can get the second. Oh, that's nasty. That's Alexi B.
Perkele.
And Kerrigan, well, he'll start to get ever closer. Spotted out by Bit. Kerrigan gets popped. Alexi has no time for your games.
He just won that round. He won the round. That flank was coming in. Double flank with the first kill as well. Should be a wrap. And one individual effort just changes that completely.
What a stylish 3K.
That was sweet, man.
That is such a unique element of trigger discipline. Can't remember a play like that.
Yeah, that one's risky, right? They're jumping out backwards to get you to shoot, and then they think, okay, if they don't shoot, then there's probably no one here, because who wouldn't shoot at this free target not looking at me? Alexi B, that's who.
Man, nerves of steel.
I think this game, we look at the cameras right now, like, this game is going to be about mood. Like, if NaVi win this game, it will be because they stayed in a good mood. Right now, we've already seen when they're in a good mood, they can actually do insane things. But so much rests on that. And as we heard from Alexi B, he's really concerned about that as the main issue. For FaZe, it's about attacking that as much as possible. Winning rounds like these, for example, to tilt them.
Get him off kilter.
Also, FaZe don't seem to tilt as much as they get emo.
Right, yeah, it's an interior thing. Inner demons. Rain. Outside of the smoke. He's going to get himself nothing on this one, so clean push through. Bit kicks it off. Palace player is slightly delayed. But I think that, you know, Moses and Yanko, they saw it right away. I mean, Twistzz in his interview, that was quite broody to start the day. And there is this big question about what is going on. You know, we have no more Robin. We get Neo in. It's just, there's this rotating door going on with FaZe right now that makes things kind of awkward. Is the organization, what is going on with FaZe? That's the
coaches in
mystery.
history, you know, with coaches in history for Kerrigan, we've always known haven't contributed nearly as much tactically as he does for the team. And I think, you know, seeing like the farewell Robin video was sort of just showing off his personality and how much fun he made things all the time. And it feels like that's kind of just what they need, because Kerrigan's got the tactical side locked down. Like, no one can really teach him or even outwork him when it comes to preparing or whatever the case may be. And FaZe is a team with so much experience. I mean, you got to think they don't have to do that much preparation these days for most of their matchups, especially versus their usual competition. This one might be an exception, but all right.
Range 250 with nothing again. It's an A-site hit, and again, it's smooth for NaVi. This is exactly what they need to start.
And again, to be like a body language reader expert, Imma seems to be the one suffering the most when things get tilty. Like, he's had strugglesome games. We've also seen him play well, but you know, it's feeling like almost all the time Simple sort of staring down the line at him, pointing criticism in that direction. And JL, though, has had an absolutely fine time plugging into NaVi, which, if you look at the stats and compare, you know, Imma to JL, that's the more unlikely story. The fact is, JL didn't even have an excellent major. He was mostly a big personality, and that's why people noticed him, and his entries and stuff like that. But his mood and confidence is why we talked about him, whereas Imma was just delivering map after map versus every team on their comeback, all the way through Heroic into that final. Nearly MVP'd the thing, so Imma's stats sort of falling off is not what a lot of people expect. I mean, I can't say that I'm totally surprised at a brand new change of scenery and like a step up into tier 1 and now people are used to you. Like, all of that isn't going to affect your next results, right? Like, again, how many how many like debut unbelievable runs do we see just fall off all of a sudden right after? That can happen, but they know what they can cultivate. They know what his peak is, so.
Yep. That is what they're doing right now. Cultivating talent, trying to get him slotted in. If today's the day that he gives us one of those lights out performances versus FaZe, returning Cologne champions, it would be incredibly well timed. Meanwhile, JL, keep the mood high, keep the kills coming. 4 for him already. We get guns out of FaZe. Smoke up inside of the window again. Nothing going to be found out by Rops just yet.
Giving the CTs no window timing is a sign of good play. Usually this comes when your connector player puts a little pressure, then window will find a way to get a peek out, and they're looking for that this round, but it doesn't happen. So NaVi staying airtight. But Rops is still looking for a gap. Oh, and the flash comes out, and Rops, he does well to get one after staying there with no smoke to escape, but only one.
Kerrigan going to exchange grenades, falls back, catches Bit on the jump up, gives him a favor in that duel. Posts up a hold inside of B, where now we've got the vast majority of FaZe. Then the window contact comes out from IEM, and, well, where do they go? Alexi B still sizing up connector. It's going to be one player over towards Ticket. A Simple quickly runs over. You can see FaZe starting to scramble. They know what's up. Rain is on high alert, but he's also on low health.
Oh, is Rain waiting for a flash is the question.
NaVi have stalled a bit. Alexi crosses over, gets hit from that cat peek. Twistzz through smoke will catch him. And then Rain being hunted by Simple, drawn into the open. IEM able to kill him. And now Brokey falls to the counter op. We've got 10 seconds to the clock. Kerrigan comes through with his, and Simple fakes once just to make sure that Ticket is not pushed. Now it's a commitment. And it's Simple on for an early 1v2 to try and get FaZe off kilter. Tag to 30, cleaned up by Twistzz. FaZe squeezed that as they tried to rocket back to A. They don't get away with it.
Yeah, they fell apart of the mid round right there. I was thinking, Simple running underpass. And so it feels like a B attack might be shaping up for FaZe, and they start to rotate out. When they see Simple running underpass, you have to be worried about the cat player coming over. And for whatever reason, after this went down, they got up connector. Twistzz gets... Oh, that's what happened. I was thinking, is it smoked because they just ran through? So, I mean, that's really great from Twistzz, obviously. He knows they're going to be in connector at this point, but... Okay, a lot rests on that frag for sure. But this is a round that could tilt NaVi. That's all you need.
Yeah, any round loss.
I think that's a win out of FaZe because they made a confusing situation and NaVi didn't survive it. That's enough. Simple lived the whole time and they lost. That's enough.
Oh, that's why Blade took a pause immediately.
Yeah, that's good. That's how, new generation pauses should be used on NaVi. The story of this match is it's just about who gets eliminated, honestly. The 2 finalists from the last Cologne. NaVi with a brand new team, but the egg on FaZe's face, if this NaVi were able to beat them at this point in the tournament, you know? Because they'll leave knowing that NaVi could have collapsed. We've already seen that in this event. And I definitely don't think this is just going to be a free game for FaZe, even if I think they're favored.
Rain can't get back to Con, misses the jump. Flashed, won't get away with the retreat. Brokey stuck out here. IEM, 2 kills. Rops responds. That's the bomb stuck on ramp. Rops gets himself a double and almost a 3rd. It's Kerrigan over towards Cat. Makes the difference with this one. And that is the kind of Kerrigan we may need to tap into, because when the frags are coming, so are the calls.
Wow.
Kerrigan dismantled Liquid about a week ago for one of his best individual performances in what felt like 6 months. So if he can just have a slight uptick in this critical head-to-head, then FaZe could get cooking. When you play well, you call well. And Rops brought this back. Need I remind you, 3v5, folks. You thought the last round was tilting. Let's see if Simple can win.
My gut instinct is, why did NaVi run through every smoke after getting those first 2 frags? But the fact that FaZe had both Palace and A-Ramp covered at the same time, even with mid-control, sort of feels like a call-out. So I think that's it. They're going to be full tilt now.
Unless Simple can go God mode. It's being held by a nasty little Twistzz angle, and he gets the headshot. So Twistzz is shooting sharp, which isn't something that we got here in Cologne per se compared to how he started this season. Blast Group's phenomenal. Comes here, cooled off. I mean, FaZe as a whole, right? That was the entire conversation of yesterday versus G2. Pound for pound, nobody quite in their groove. So a sitter versus Simple will help. Double kill out of Kerrigan. It's just confidence building out of FaZe early on. 4
lurks denied after those 2 kills in mid. And the tilting part about it is going into the save, and it's also knowing that if you slowed the round down, you had like 90+% chance of winning. They tried to dominate it fast, but it didn't work, so that was a chance for FaZe to tie up.
Bit sticking around on his own as they just size up top middle. Do you expect FaZe to start getting overly aggressive with what we've seen this event, or just kind of where they are and how important this event could be to them, or do you think we're going to get a reserved FaZe?
Yeah, I think they should be like LAN Clan. Like, I think they should go, like, I think they should sort of, you know, like Hooksy yesterday saying we need to use the LAN energy to cultivate some better comms and stuff like that. I think that works for every team. If you have high energy, you talk a lot, the mood's better, you're going to deal with stress better, you're going to, all these things, everything's better with mood, obviously. And I will say, like, in terms of body language, we're mostly critical about a lot of teams. But if you think about FaZe, like, when they look their worst, they look slightly emo. But most of the time, like, you don't see them smashing their gas and
no rage.
Like, they actually have very good sort of, like, presence, composure, professionalism when they're playing. And I think there's something to be said about that. But to take it up to the next level, I think in this game, they should just be aiming to have as much fun as possible.
Well, the fun will come with easy pickups like this one. Kerrigan off to the races here. He's going to get support from Brokey, close it with just 2 deaths. Twistzz and Rain fall.
I'm jumping shortlist to VP.
We're all tied up at 3 rounds apiece.
Round off.
I mean, you've got superstars on this team.
Yeah.
Surely you have to trust their instincts.
Yep. Yeah, it's just about how much leash you have, you know. As soon as you give too much, then the inmates start taking over the asylum.
Right. Drops. Ooh, got away with that. Emet cleared, and there's another. Assisted with the flashbangs, trying to get Alexi out of here, or trying to get Alexi in with impact, but Utility's going to flush him behind the boxes.
They can't punish him. The CT's dominating nades here in mid. Oh, they come from underpass, but there's a trade.
At least there's a trade, and Twistzz finishes Alexi. So getting Rops out top middle. Again, we saw him trying to call as soon as the round was about to start. Decides to get aggressive. I remember an interview with Kerrigan last season where we just saw Twistzz start opping out of nowhere, CT side on Mirage, and just went crazy in the game. Remember Kerrigan afterwards saying, yeah, I didn't have to come up with anything. We sat down before the match. Twistzz said, listen, I've been watching stuff and this is what I'm going to do. And so if he is really adamant, if any of these stars I think are very adamant, Kerrigan is at least somebody who strikes me as someone who is very susceptible to input. Or very receptive.
Well, no, he's been susceptible to it as well in his career, and that's why he's actually, you know, lost teams, actually. So he's got to a point now where his team actually has full confidence in him, and he has full confidence in his team. I think it's a very special place in his career in that regard. But, you know, there was a point on the former Astralis, former FaZe, where he lost control of the team. And probably, in the same way, letting them have ideas to dictate the rounds or not listening to him. But now, they do, when he needs them to. And the rest of the time, they can chime in. It's a very healthy relationship. This bomb plant could be denied. That's a nice push from Kerrigan.
But does also die to the fire, so things get a little weird with the fake plant. Oh, Simple. You put him in a clutch, and he just picks Brokey. Kerrigan stopped the bomb, but there was still time, and there's still health. There is always still health for Simple to close this. Rain dies to the quick scope. Put him in the clutch, and he'll pull you down.
Damn. All right. Well, I thought that was a great play from Kerrigan. I thought he was actually going to survive, even with the peak, but leave it to Simple, man.
Good shot from JL, too.
Brokey's small mistake ends up costing them this round. Puts Rain into an awful spot and trying to outread Simple in a 1v1 with an op. And even though he's low HP, he's too fast.
Well, there's a 2 versus 4 for NaVi.
And Simple's had a pretty mediocre Cologne. He was really insane, like peak performance at Blast Groups. So that was just sort of a question, like, where did that go? Because like, when we think about Simple when he was younger, like he had the worst attitude of all, but he's still in like 2018 and carried all these teams and back in Liquid. He could top frag no matter how mad he was, no matter how bad the team was or any problems that they had. But individually, of course, not as strong this year. Blast Groups is like, oh, he's back. Started Cologne, not so much.
It's funny how I see one simple flick shot highlight and I think, yep, it's good. We're there.
We're so back.
We're there. It's all 2018 has returned.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's not quite there. But beautiful clutch, good 2 versus 4. Kind of takes back FaZe's 3v5. Puts both teams in a weird bye. Limited nades, limited guns, and an early amount of momentum on the line. Flushed out of the ladder room is Rob's. Bottom mid belongs to NaVi, and so do the apartments where the bomb currently sits. Rob's is going to take his position right back.
Ran a bit there at underpass, but they've got Rob's on edge.
Difficult task lies ahead for Kerrigan if this commitment comes through apartments. MP9 against 4.
Yeah.
Palace Lurk still far off, and FaZe sniffing out the A ramp.
Simple ran their pockets last round, but they still have this off from Brokey. If they avoid it and win another, we're talking about dead broke FaZe here.
Man, Robs has missed his timing. Whole pack of players moves past, and he has no sign of it. They've just given so much space over to NaVi. Smoke into connector. Twistzz can't do much with the Desert Eagle. That Palace player could also keep Rain from getting into the mix. And Robs changes out of the corner into one that had been cleared. IEM comes around. Will get the frag on the garbage. JL fragging versus Rain. Bombs down, covers great. This round is flawless.
They got their hooks in, 5 alive. They scale perfectly, and lots of that is brought to you by the fact that they scared Robs earlier on in the round, right? He can't feel like he pushes out of Cat, and FaZe didn't make a reaction to start clearing things out so he could again. So he just stood there holding both angles, worried about everything, and even though he was in ladder, that was the only thing he was protecting. Not Cat, not mid, nothing like that. That's an excellent round at NaVi. And yeah. After Simple's 1v2, and NT go with an op, they're down to USPs. Whoa, a 4 cat stack.
Five-man setup outside of A for NaVi to follow through with massive advantage. Brokey gonna hang on for dear life. Smoke grenade in front of the connector push as well, so those pistols, they couldn't even come through and die if they wanted to. You know, they're gonna look for some sort of a duel, any kind of an angle to work with, no matter which one they post up. We're talking NaVi T rounds up to 6 already. Morale looks high, JL's laughing.
And JL's had a great Cologne.
And IEM's up to 6 kills too. So the war machine for NaVi has rolled into the parking lot with its engine revving. We'll have to take a look over to FaZe to see if they want to fight for this. We are talking about the returning Cologne champions. But outside of that Cologne and Pro League, you know, those are the reasons we talk about FaZe in 2023, the tail end of last year. Oof.
Oh, that was a $5,000 bullet right there. That was nice.
So sick. We know what Kerrigan and his team can pull off, but we're always skeptical about if they can pull it off and when they'll pull it off.
Yeah, the best part about FaZe is how many great matches they give us all the time. Heroic versus FaZe, NaVi versus FaZe, G2 versus FaZe. Everyone versus FaZe is a fantastic game of CS to watch, and the scene is better when they're playing well. But in terms of tournament victories, they've got the last Cologne and the last Pro League in the last 12 months. And this is a NaVi that they should be able to win against.
Oh man. Robs has already lost Twistzz. Kerrigan hears the pressure coming down as they jump outwards. Nice headshot on JL, and almost a second frag out of Kerrigan.
But it's the B side, unfortunately.
Rob's making a ton of sound. Emet gonna catch him bottom. Con jumps into the window, or at least tries to, and compromises the back line of FaZe as they take a quick glance to the B site. Bomb's gonna take a little while extra to get here, but not an issue as the smoke comes down with the arrival of Simple. He'll chuck bomb down to Bit to get the job done. And FaZe will be lucky if they can even save these two weapons, because NaVi are just slicing through this CT side. And it kicked off with Twistzz getting caught jumping out a window.
Yes, it did. And they're getting decimated now because they can save these two guns, but they're still going to be so broke next round. There's lots of time to hunt him down. Rain gets tagged. HEs could make this even scarier. Brokey looking to defend his teammate, and that's 5 dead for FaZe on a full buy down to $0. Oof. Another eco round.
This has shades of G2 versus FaZe from yesterday already on it.
Yeah, but you know, G2 are a team that didn't make any changes over the break. They were expected to get to the point of where they were before the break fast. Same with FaZe. We're past the groups now. We're a few weeks in. We know how much Cologne means to Kerrigan, how much Cologne means to FaZe in general. But yep, there's no denying it. NaVi playing well right now. FaZe will have to bring their A game. What was that?
Honestly, man,
it's a puppy.
Our scene is better off with JL in it.
All right, 2 scouts in for FaZe.
Simple, gonna waste no time. Oh man, see you later. Desert Eagle up in connector to the next victim, NaVi. They know that they've got FaZe against the ropes here in round 11. And they don't let off. They just keep beating them upside the head. But there's a Kerrigan scout, and that can always be fun. Right? We're here to have fun, or so he was hoping, but just another casualty racked up. It's 5 up for NaVi, and I'm not just talking players alive, but round count as well. 8-3 T-side in the blink of an eye.
Mm-hmm.
Simple's having a blast.
Yeah. No comment so far. That's looking good. Whoa!
Oh, you thought this was a whooping.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, if you watch this...
Man.
Yeah. Straw's T-side Ancient is something special. And that's Mouse, dude. They love Ancient.
Yeah. Well, or so they did. Simple. Could have been.
Didn't want to make it too easy.
All right, last time we saw guns on FaZe, it didn't change much. They've got to start putting up a fight here.
Yeah, and with the buy-up and the investment last round, they have no utility, man. They you know, they put some money into that last buy. And now they're down to these 3 smokes, 1 flash. Brokey's in a difficult position. Let's see if he can frag his way out. No, Imma will trade him. They're looking at top mid at the moment, not rushing the situation.
Down to the 2 smokes, one of which is Rain sitting towards the jungle. That mid contact's got FaZe distracted for a moment.
Yeah, that op. Very unlikely to be picked up from the CT side, right? They have to reclaim mid control, and they don't have the nades to do it. So, and depends on how NaVi feel about it, but they've got some time to spare.
I mean, they could throw Rain Smoke down if they want to try to push it, at least go clear underpass, but no, he's just going to put it down in connector. And they still keep 2 rifles preoccupied with mid when all of a sudden this ramp hit's going to take the bomb site with the smokes, but there are still 2 players middle.
Imma's lurks have been a question. Underpass, switching with Bit in some places.
He's got Alexi here too.
There's someone on CAD as well.
Twistzz waiting for it. Rops gets blasted out of connector. That's the distraction, but Twistzz. Nice snapshot to clean up both those frags. JL looking to get the entries into A. Simple gives him bomb. CT peek denied. No. Simple knows, but Twistzz, he's sharp. A 3rd kill on the round as he pushes down JL off of the default plant. He will still hold on. Twistzz going above and beyond, but not going through with the round win.
Oh man, that was a mood winner right there, right? You know, if Twistzz wins that round after the 2K spray off Cat, he saves the day, but the fact that he doesn't.
The fact Simple hits that shot
Dude,
up close on ticket.
Yeah, you know, maybe he should have been an instant death here from Kerrigan, but you gave Simple a second and he punished it. Half investment. And JL turns this into, you know, domination in this half. With that clutch, the Simple 1v2 for an eco as well. All the X factor.
Robs will keep the first clean. It's one of 2 weapons, and he goes ahead and posts another. This has shades of that 3v5 round where Robs was able to get a multi-kill off the ramp, but...
You tell me an MP7 can just do that?
An MP7?
On command. I haven't seen it, have you?
Well, it's because not enough players use it.
Okay.
Robs goes ahead, collects himself a third. Robs has decided to single-handedly win a round here.
Oof. Wow, this is nice.
Very nice indeed. It's exactly what they need to at least get 4, but I mean, we are still talking 6-round CT side best case.
Yes.
So,
but yeah, I think they'll take it at this point. Finally, something goes their way.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
You got to win rounds you're not supposed to win. That's part of CS at this level too. Like the clutches are going to dictate games in matchups this close. The 3v5s, the 4v5s, you've got to pull those out. The eco rounds as well. Not every time, but at least some of the time.
I think rounds like these also shed a bit of that tilt.
Yes.
A little bit of the disappointment.
Get the money back in order.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have to see 10 just yet.
Yeah, it feels good doing something you know you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, like stealing.
Breaking the law.
Yeah. Yeah, fraud.
What else? Drugs.
Light treason.
Team Liquid.
Alexi's going to let the time expire with this one. So good job, Robs. 2 kills off the MP9. And then the follow through AK to seal it.
So you can't say nice boys if you only get 3 kills on the eco. You have to win the round. So
job done with this. Robs swinging with the Starlight Protector. Closing with the Wild Lotus.
See that? 9-round half. Simple's already about to explode. That's good for FaZe.
And again, just like last time, Blade takes a pause. Instantly.
Good, yeah. Honestly,
instantly.
yes. Honestly, yes.
Yes, he did it when they lost that 3 versus 5.
Yeah.
Boom, Blade pause.
Dude.
Lose to an MP9. Boom, Blade pause.
It's as silly as, you know, needing a coach just to be a good friend, having Blade tack pause just to untilt one guy.
Yep. Because now, watch NaVi turn around and post an 11-4 half.
Oh, look. Kerrigan smiled.
It's still in there.
Twistzz is talking.
Still in there.
We just want the best CS possible, folks.
Yes, exactly.
For both these teams.
I mean, run back the last time they met. Phenomenal matchup. World-class Counter-Strike and excitement on display. For them to fall flat here in the rematch when it's a NaVi that we're just expecting to show maybe some progress as they grow, I think that would be an unfortunate low for FaZe Clan. Lexi B is going to apply flashbang pressure. He's on a solo escapade with a smoke in front and still more grenades to throw out. In reality, they're going to the top mid split with IEM bottom.
This
and
is the
there, Brokey's waiting for it.
It's nice, yeah. So this is a Magisk, you know, upper beat pressure to just be like, all right, if you're not clearing this by peeking Van, like we have some time here where you're gonna be scared about B, and you can't look down B. But they find the op, but they do it with sacrificing a player. So this is very nice for FaZe anyways. Bomb's coming back around, which is interesting. This could be Simple staring right at Brokey if he's going to go Palace.
That's what it feels like, getting queued up.
Let's see if how they create a timing if they can, because they know he's over here.
Bit's got 2 flashes ramp. Brokey just sitting on it. If Simple peeks,
the beat pressure there, so he can post.
Got him off. Rain still holds his. Peek out from ramp, clears it. Brokey lands the shot to Simple, doesn't kill him. Famas on Twistzz is a liability as Bit gets into jungle. He's going to get a fight versus Robs that he hears coming. Just a couple steps. And Bit's on high alert. Twistzz concerned with another mid float, but there is nobody there. It's all in A, and Bit's taking up a lot of space, taking a lot of flesh off of this FaZe retake. Down to the 2v2. And with the thought of a 5th round on the line, FaZe stick around, they're gonna come at this. They've got a flash and 2 kits and half of the bomb timer left with Simple stuck on Tetris. They're starting to push outwards, and he gets cleared out by Kerrigan, but JL returns the favor, and off that peak, he calls out the bluff. And again, he's going to show nothing until he does, but when he does, there is no time, and NaVi double digits.
Wow. That was smooth, man. That's probably a simple comm to set up in Palace like that. But they actually used the fact that Brokey took a shot to post up. Now the LXC puts a beat pressure in, Brokey gets off the angle, and you see that even when Brokey hits the shot on Simple after he comes back, the site's already lost. And then it comes down to the rifle entries. All you need is the angle dominance. You don't even need the frag.
Final round at the CT side, and we get Rops on an op in Palace. We get a bunch of ramp nades and a wall of smokes on A. See if that B defense gets filtered out. But there is zero pressure beyond the utility. Second volley of smokes. You've got 3 CTs corralled inside of the A site. High likelihood for a B split if they demand of it. Apartment players just still buying time.
There's a ton of pressure on B right now. We got no one window.
Yeah, they've set this up nicely, but the smoke's gonna fade soon, so that stairs peak could be a nuisance. Sure enough, Brokey finds an angle before the T's really get rolling, and Kerrigan's double kill makes this look good. They tried to hit the B site, and that B site stood tall. Rock solid defense for a 5th, but 5 may not be enough.
Space taken initially, but they are on the way up. The smokes are in the sky. They bloom. Exertion holds the Borup, and successful defense. Borup down. Flash is brutal. Look at that one from Device. 2 of them doing the flashbang dance, and Buzz just hoovers them up. 3 on 3. Buzz, more contributions from Buzz. A triple before Torji finally catches him.
But look at Blame again. This lurks so late. Device just has to live. Give the in-game leader time to work.
He could even fake it to keep their attention drawn. Yimpat's cleared him out, though. Do they consider it? Looks like he did have a glance.
Blame. You definitely consider it.
You press your scoreboard. It's Blame.
You start to realize what the possibility is here.
You think, Yimpat, you're scaring me. Okay. Torji.
I see his barrel here.
Pushing it. Pushing the limits there.
That's a big miss.
A big miss. And a chance for Blame, understanding where they're both playing. He's even got a smoke grenade. Yimpat wide! Okay, 40 HP, Yimpat chips away. A nade makes it even lower. 20 as he spams the smoke, not far off the mark, but Blame's brain whirs into action. He's solving this puzzle. Benjamin Bremer.
Now it's about calling the bluff. Torji think he's really going to walk silently away, all the way over towards the other side of the map here to get the plant on A. Well, that's exactly what Blame F has in store. Torji, as he sits, as he waits. He's about to get that sinking feeling. He is in the wrong place.
Okay.
At the wrong time.
Smoke kit retake package. AK-47,
His
one
bigger
shot
issue
headshot.
here is the fact it's an open plant. If he had the smoke next to the box, maybe he could get a weird angle, use it as cover.
Bame's gone CT. Now that's going to be not at the top of Torji's list. He's going to get that smoke down quick.
No tap yet.
No tap yet. Here's him. Clears him. Spots him. And Blame, the pacifist, lets the clock do the rest of the work. A 1v2. Mao is going to be helpless in this one. Torji gets nothing done in the clutch, and Blame F, the closer.
Just simple stuff there. Understanding the situation, knowing getting out a position. If there was any running from Torji, trying to get there in time.
Wins the clutch on A, saves the AWP on B.
Yeah, that's his
Anything you need.
simple stuff there, isn't it?
Blame F's got you. It does facilitate an AWP. They wouldn't have had one otherwise.
And it was Blame, right? You should have been aware that it was a possibility. And I mentioned a big miss from Torji. He had the jump on.
FaZe Clan, a team that is built on stars, but not quite shining in the first 15 here on Mirage. Throughout 2023, Brokey and Twistzz average a 1.21 or 1.2 rating on this map's CT side. Where is that? Where is the core defense that FaZe have so regularly put forth in the face of this new NaVi? We look to Rops as the highest rated T-side player for FaZe. And whether or not he can get this game back on track, or whether NaVi will begin a grueling day of Counter-Strike with an easy first map win. Emet top stairs, he's got 3 down on ramp, and the bomb is inbound with Alexi on the bench, hoping to carve off a potential Palace peeker. 3 to just go brazenly into default. It's a big pack of FaZe players inside of this bomb site, and there's more damage going towards NaVi's way until JL connects. Twistzz to play the pistol from the sideline. All of NaVi grouping up on stairs and bench.
Man, this might be late. This
Bloodbath. Flash is way too late. They're already in the site. Kerrigan's going to chuck it up. And the CTs don't seem blind at all. That is just them cutting straight through. Silently, they creep in.
Oh, they misread the retake completely. They thought that NaVi were coming in from CT spawn, trying to time that flash. Meanwhile, they're just walking in. No one spotting from Palace. No one spotting the cross from ramp. That is a massive gap from FaZe, and I'm not sure if NaVi even realized it. They were just going forward with the retake like they had always intended, sitting behind the connector smoke.
Okay. Lady Luck blesses us with her presence for the JL headshot.
Uh-oh. This is this is definitely getting a little. That's probably the sketchiest situation we've seen from FaZe so far this game.
Yeah, and to have that sketchy situation kick off your second half at a deficit like this. Emet got himself 2. These are guns. It's a force buy, and it's been brought back with a double out of the FaZe players top middle. JL queued in for an easy pickup as Simple did so much damage to Twistzz, and Robs doesn't have the bomb to even try this 1v3.
JL's so good, man. He knows when to be aggressive, when to keep it going. Could have peeled back right there, but I mean, actually it wasn't a one situation, so kind of appreciating the fact that he's trusting, he's 18-8 right now. He had a great T side. He's been solid on actually a lot of Mirage as well. One of the most consistent players. Rops coming in 32 HP. You'd think, no way, right?
Well, you'd think.
It is Rops. Khalil?
CT's posted on him. One tucked.
It's impossible.
Bits contact.
It's a perfect trade situation here for the CT side.
And Bit don't miss. Currently highest rated player for NaVi in Cologne. That's the guy who I personally had some of the most doubts for, because I thought the English might actually bog him down as it did Simple when they went international.
He passed the English test. Go check the YouTube NaVi video. That's a force buy, like you said, that just got melted away like an eco, except now this is the real eco. Neo could be a genius and still not have a solution for this situation. Unfortunately, of course, legend of the game, but the players are going to be mostly responsible for what happens ultimately. And at the moment, between 2K and 2800, we're going to need some real special idea, but even better execution, no matter what the idea is. They had their worst Inferno loss to G2 in a year yesterday. And it kind of looked like this game somehow.
I mean, this will be 3 straight maps of domination.
Yeah.
Where FaZe can't even keep up on an individual level, and that's something that for months we've at least been able to bank on.
That's true. Like
one of the three, if not Rain is number 4, we're gonna put up a fight. But FaZe aren't even fighting anymore.
I mean, the second map yesterday could have been a 16-6 as well. They put up a cosmetic comeback. It was something, but they still literally lost and got dominated on map 1. So, for what it's worth, you're right. At this point, even if there is sort of a slight comeback, if it's a loss, they were never really in control. So,
no comeback will make up for the feeling of this 12-5 lead. Soon to be 13, as the unarmored pistols aren't expected to get too much. And I also take no pleasure in seeing a FaZe clan in this form, because we know their ceiling. And that's the thing. Any team that has a ceiling capable of lifting trophies, you at least, at the very least, want some competitive essence. They've still got some time on Mirage to change our opinions, but
miss smoke.
This one's done. This one's toast. Your Tech 9 will not get out connector. Your bomb may never be planted. Oh. Twistzz with a slight chance, but no armor. This one does indeed get chewed up like all the others. So 4 survive for NaVi, and a comfortable 13-5 lead early days in this series still.
We're getting into territory of setting records here, and not the good kind. This is FaZe's best map at the moment, so... Well... 16-6 at the Paris Major, okay? And since then, I've played Mirage something like 10 times. So quite a few games.
They shredded the competition at IEM Dallas on this map particularly.
Yeah, they went undefeated.
And now EMA.
Cloud9 G2 ends all dead.
Oh, versus Guns peeks up, and it just looks as easy as it did versus Pistols. 1 M4A1S spray down, Rain and Brokey dead again. 3v5 from FaZe again. And a desperate attempt into A site again.
You can't say they lost to bad teams, but you can say they should have done better.
The expectation's always high for FaZe. The bar not quite met. This is also a team who we put a lot of stock in their resilience, ability to come back, some incredibly close series. We give them that fighting spirit and that ability to bounce back, but even that seems absent here in the last 3 maps of Cologne. Twistzz will answer with a single frag. That's all they've gotten going. Rops is going to slide out Palace as the op misses him. He can drop down and grab the bomb. You know, you put forth some kind of incredible clutch, then that's something, but JL's pressure under Palace sweeps away the little that was left. And this is a FaZe clan that's whimpering away from Mirage.
Yeah, the lights are starting to dim. And again, I mean, seriously, in matches like this, you can't really see it. You know, like they do a good job of just keeping it somewhat calm. I mean, I'm sure it's like that dog in the room that's lit on fire saying this is fine, but at the same time, that's how they make comebacks happen, by just playing the game until its conclusion, 1 round at a time. They put on comebacks, making this happen. Doesn't feel like today's going to be that day, but maybe it never really does, you know? So...
I mean, just that round for me, man. You're waiting for another buyback for FaZe. You know your opportunities are already just limited on this T-half. He sprays through 2 separate smokes, 2 separate angles, and you're back onto Tech 9s. I can't blame you for not having a smile or a chipper mood. FaZe feel as though there is no openings, I'm sure. And a moment or two of getting unlucky. Maybe they can find solace in that thought. NaVi right now, dude, just cerebral. Pushing around, Alexi B's got a read of it. The pressure is great. Into underpass, forces Rops to go up catwalk straight into the scope of Simple. Tech 9 gets canceled out in connector. And again, it is another round where we just can't see an opening. We can't see a road for FaZe to come back on this map because we can't see a road to even get into a damn bomb site. And not to dogpile with negativity, at the same time, the flip of the coin is that NaVi look great.
Yeah, they look
JL's
great.
20 and 8, Bits hitting his headshots. Ema in the mid-pressure hasn't been a liability where sometimes his death has opened up chances, but this is just a rock-solid CT side. As convincing as the first half was for NaVi, this close may be quick.
The last time they got 16-5 on Mirage was versus a team named Players. So, hopefully...
What happened after that 16-5? Did they bounce back into great form?
Yeah, I mean, it's 2022, so it was a good year.
Maybe
a good time to be a FaZe fan, but...
Maybe this is just the darkest period.
Oh, no rain, no flowers?
Exactly.
Okay. You're going through hell, keep going.
This will change them. This loss on Mirage will change FaZe for the better for years to come.
Yesterday you said tomorrow, FaZe. Fact is, this is potentially last S tier event played in CSGO. We don't know, but everyone has to sort of think about that, all the time.
Opportunities to finish your CSGO chapter.
If Simple hugs Alexi after this game, I'm going to die laughing, I think.
You can't laugh at this, man. You just can't. There's something too morbid about a FaZe Clan 16-5. They'll come down from apartments. They're looking for an opening. Nothing has been put together yet. Kerrigan trying to get his, and he will. And Rob's able to get that backside player down. Then you've got Twistzz, other side of the map. Things going swimmingly for FaZe as they try to hold on for dear life, but IEM may well just make the difference here. He's looking to add himself to the simple retake. We've got Rops on the doorway of apartments and Kerrigan on the ground floor. To flush out FaZe, not only of this bomb site, but of this first map, in an embarrassing fashion, would be exactly what NaVi want to start this long day of CS with. Kerrigan drops IEM, Simple misses his flick. And now that he's down to half health, it seems like FaZe may fight, or Simple is there to put them to bed, but FaZe will hang on.
Okay.
One weapon kept, an op for Rops to drop to Brokey. Do FaZe have this fight in them?
Yeah, one foot in front of the other. So it was a good attack. For what it's worth, they come in, they get their trades. Least you can expect right now. Even if the situation gets marginally closer, still money here for NaVi and an op and everything for Simple, so. Oh, that one's gonna burn. Ooh, chance there for Brokey. They were not expecting the op to be on ramp.
They'll slide bit downwards. Rops is waiting. Non-existent margin of error from round 22 to 30.
Man, they're holding Palace and deep ramp on this round.
IEM has been good on this map of Mirage. Oh, eats a team flash though, not ideal.
That's a perfect nade. Cat plays coming in. Lots of T's inside of middle, but Brokey's not Delpan holding this push.
JL's waiting for the perfect moment to strike him down. He has been so sharp. The two stars of JL and IEM coming out to close. The new pieces of NaVi since the last time these organizations met, and they are toppling this challenge as if it's nothing.
Oh my god.
Brokey's barrel spotted. JL racking up frags. 26 and 9.
The re-aggro.
With 2 kills left, he makes it look easy. He reaches out and Rain will pull his head off. Simple then scoped up on connector. Ramp peek's about to come out, but Simple's got cover. And there's threat from window. There's threat from the clock. 20 seconds, and this is just falling apart. FaZe did not show up to play in map 1. This may be all about NaVi.
Yeah.
And there is no amazing pop-off. There is no total celebration because NaVi know there is still the chance at that FaZe Master class comeback. Never write them off, but they have to prove it. And on map 1, they didn't prove much.